What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Saturday, October 2nd, 2021. This is your Saturday sermon preview for worship tomorrow, Sunday, October 3rd. This week, Sunday, we're starting a new sermon series based on the Lord's Prayer, as it appears in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6. And we're just going to be, over the next few weeks, kind of picking that apart and looking a little closely at each phrase, kind of each main phrase in the Lord's Prayer. And it should be pretty neat. You know, the Lord's Prayer is one of those things that we do all the time. It is a ritual, you might say, and it, because it's a ritual, can become rather ritualistic. And we're going to talk about that a little bit tomorrow. Prayer being more about relationship than ritual. And I'm not dissing rituals, but we're going to talk about that. One thing I'll mention here, which is one of the beauties of this little YouTube video, and I'm not going to talk about this at all tomorrow, is that the Lord's Prayer is really central to Matthew's gospel, this portion of Matthew's gospel. You know, the Sermon on the Mount happens, it's Matthew 5, 6, and 7, all three chapters. Super long teaching from Jesus, the Sermon on the Mount. He's teaching his disciples. And the Lord's Prayer is smack dab in the middle of all of it. And a lot of nerdy theologians and Bible scholars have analyzed this thing as much as one could possibly analyze it. But the bottom line is, and I don't think you need to take it any further than this, that the Lord's Prayer, the teaching of the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6, when Jesus says, "This then is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name." This is central to these three chapters, this extended teaching of Jesus we call the Sermon on the Mount. Central, so important. And when I say it's central, I mean everything else kind of hangs on it. Everything hangs on this teaching about prayer. Another little tidbit, I don't think I'll mention this tomorrow. I don't know, I might. I just think it's funny. Do you ever notice we say, "Our Father who art in heaven," and we say the old version, "who art in heaven, hallowed be your name." Hallowed be thy name, sorry. "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." Hallowed, I don't think that's how you're supposed to pronounce that word, but I think it's hallowed. Hallowed? Maybe you're allowed also to say hallowed. I don't know. I've just been in this for several days already, and that's one of those funny things. My brain is stuck on hallowed. You know, we're going to kick off the series of the Lord's Prayer. We're going to look briefly at prayer in general. We're going to look briefly at the Lord's Prayer as a whole, and then we're going to look specifically at that first phrase, "Our Father who art in heaven," and talk about that a little bit too. That's the plan for tomorrow. I hope you'll come come join us for worship tomorrow. We love being with you all. If you can't join us in person, join us on the YouTubes. We have every intention of streaming worship live. Sometimes technology doesn't agree with what we want to do, but we make the best of it. That's all, folks. Hope you have a wonderful day, grace and peace, and we will see you soon.